What up, gang? Lane Carolina Jackpot Time coming at you on Thursday evening. It's about 6:15. I hope you guys and gals are okay out there. I'd like to do a wellness check on you. It's one of the reasons I'm making this video. Hopefully you dodged the cosmic fireball today. And you weren't injured. For real, that's some weird stuff and some scary stuff. I say NASA is reporting on it now, but nothing's really come out what it is from what I'm seeing. So, it's crazy. Just some crazy shit every day, isn't it? In this world that we live in, there's a bomb being dropped one day, and we got a ship falling out of the sky one day. Who knows what's next? I had some stuff going on in my personal life that I got hit with last week on Tuesday. Once I get it resolved, I'm going to do a video about it. Kind of wanting to educate some of you guys about it. So stay tuned for that. But the situation's not resolved yet. So elsewise, I would be making a video about that. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit of college football. Gamecocks tonight got a big commitment ceremony, I guess, at around 8:45 tonight over on the 24/7 YouTube channel. Squel Patterson, 4-star wide receiver out of Indian Land High School in Fort Mill, South Kakalaka, is going to be announcing his commitment. I think Indian Land's in Fort Mill, or it might be in Indian Land. I don't really know. All that shit up there kind of meshes together. It's all the South Carolina side of Charlotte is what I call it. But he's a 6'3" kid, rangy, really athletic. If I'm not mistaken, he's part of the 2027 class and reclassified. Maybe that's not him, and it may be some other kid. Obviously, that frame's going to have to fill out before he's able to play in Division I football, but he's crystal balled to the Gamecocks on 3. He's got him crystal balled to Carolina. So is 24/7 Sports. The other teams in the mix are Kentucky, Tennessee, and I think Georgia. That's his final 4. So fingers crossed that we get this guy. All sources point to him being a Gamecock, staying home, which is a good thing. We don't need to be letting Tennessee, especially, come down to South Carolina and take another 4-star wide receiver out of our backyards again, like they've done several times over the past 4 or 5 years. That's very disappointing and something we should not let happen ever. So hopefully this is the beginning of a new trend tonight, as long as this kid commits to South Carolina. Shane Beamer does those welcome home tweets whenever we land a recruit, and he tweeted one out the other day, and he put a little GIF. Is that what we call them? GIF? A GIF? A GIF. Do we still call them that, or we just call them images? It says images on my phone of Dylan Thompson striking the pose after he threw a touchdown pass. It had to be back in like 2014. So did we pick up a commitment from a quarterback, baby? And he just hasn't announced it yet. I don't know. A lot of speculation there. A lot of stuff saying that a commitment from Landon Duckworth, the 4-star quarterback out of Jackson, Alabama, who was at one time committed to the Gamecocks, then withdrew his commitments, taking a ton of official visits. His final 2 is down to South Carolina and Auburn. Not really sure when his commitment date is, but to me, that looks like that's what Beamer was hinting at, putting up an image, a GIF, if you will, of a quarterback and that. So we'll have to see on that end. Live show we did last night. A raging success. I want to thank everybody who came over and participated in the live stream. I went at it alone last night. Podcast partner Rob Sanders was unable to join until late in the event, when he actually got in the car to go get some McDonald's. His power was out. Big nasty storm cells came through South Carolina yesterday. Swept through here about 6-7 o'clock, and then apparently it hit Columbia later on in the evening. But those things are vicious. He sent me some video, some footage from outside his house, and it looked kind of eerie. So Thank goodness everybody's okay. Power has been restored. This is a bad time of year for power to go out anywhere. The power has been restored to Rob Sanders' house, and he's not cooking in the heat anymore. So this Thomas Castanos thing, I didn't really comment on this too much, and I did comment on Diego Pavia the other week. I did a little video talking about him. Both these guys are kind of the same type quarterback. They're both kind of shorter, stocky type quarterbacks, the dual threat types who kind of are the heart and soul of their team. Kind of have Castellanos now has moved on to a different spot here, but played on teams that don't have a heck of a lot of talent around them, so a lot rests on their shoulders. A lot of people really seem to be taking a lot more offense to what Castellanos said than what Diego Pavia said. Of course, Diego Pavia famously said that Vanderbilt's going to be running the state of Tennessee this upcoming season. The only people who really got upset about that were Tennessee fans. Then Thomas Castellanos goes on ahead and says that he lit the ACC up when he was over there with Boston College, and that in Game 1 against the Alabama Crimson Tide, they don't have Nick Saban to save him anymore, so he doesn't see any way that they can stop him. Now everybody is up in arms about this one, chastising young Mr. Castellanos for his brash, brazen, and claims that may be fueled a little bit by false bravado. But I want to look at it another way. Look, Alabama, you brought this on yourself, and Tennessee, you brought this on yourself too. But Alabama more so. I mean, you're the ones who lost 3 games last year. You're the ones that lost to Vanderbilt. You lost to Oklahoma. You lost in the bowl game then to Michigan. Not a real good Michigan team either. You made yourselves look beatable. You made yourselves look vulnerable and invincible, or not any longer invincible as you used to be invincible. That's what I meant to say. So, poor choice of words at the wrong time by him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But you guys are not the juggernaut that you once were. And Tennessee, you're not the juggernaut now that you've ever been and never were. So you can't chastise Diego Pavia for going out there and talking a little shit. Both of you guys, nobody's scared of either one of your teams. Nobody's scared of what they're going to do. Nobody fears their wrath. So they're poking the bear. And I kind of gave Diego Pavia a little bit of shit because he said they were circling Game 4 in Williams-Brice, Game 3 in Williams-Brice. Okay, Shorty, go on ahead and circle it. See what you got. Let's bring it. You know, Vanderbilt's got to beat South Carolina at some point in time. If it happens, I'm going to say it was all because of Diego Pavia and because he had this shit circled. But, no, I can't really hate on him too much. I watched his entire interview on Bussin' with the Boys a couple of days ago, or I listened to most of it while I was working. And you've got to admire his grit and determination. He comes out off the cuff. He's just really honest about everything, and he just lets go with whatever he feels like. And I got to kind of look at him with a kind of a little bit of a twinkle in my eye. No, I don't have a crush on him. Stop that. That's nasty. He kind of reminds me of myself at a young age a little bit. Now, he obviously is more athletic than what I was. I obviously am better looking than what he was, or I was better looking then. I don't know about now. I've kind of let my looks go a little bit over the years, but at that time, if you put us side by side, they'd pick me all day long. So he kind of reminds me of that, kind of a little bit of a smart ass, kind of a little bit cocky, but meaning no harm by doing so. And I laughed my ass off when he told the joke about the kid that was a roommate of theirs at Vanderbilt last year that transferred to Utah, and the guy had his girlfriend there, and they were cooking in the apartment, and they were making sushi, and he told the kid, "Oh, so you're having sushi twice tonight?" and had to repeat the joke again so that everybody got it and got a good laugh out of it the second time. But that's something that I could have seen myself doing back in the day. Probably not referencing sushi, because back in the 90s, nobody really knew what sushi was unless you lived in Japan or you were really rich. It wasn't a thing back then. It would have been something else I was talking about. But at any rate, these guys they're running their mouths. They may back it up too, and if they back it up, then hey, you got to hand it to them. You got to give them a pat on the back. Then, if they do back it up, which one's more likely to back it up? Obviously, Diego Pavia. I don't think that Florida State stands much of a chance against Alabama. It's not because I think Alabama's, like I said, some juggernaut that they're going to run college football this year, that they're going to be so much better than they were last year. They're going to be so improved over last year. I don't know. Maybe one game, but I don't see them being markedly better. But I still think they're heads and shoulders better than what Florida State is, especially better than the situation this guy is walking into. But man, oh man, if he comes in there and beats your ass on August the 30th or whatever it is, Alabama, well, you're going to have some explaining to do to someone. And young Mr. DeBoer is going to be officially, squarely sitting on the let's call it the hot seat. I guess it could be a hot sheet also, if you want to talk about the flat part of the seat. It's like a sheet. You're going to be sitting on the hot sheet, and there might not be any getting off that thing alone. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. Appreciate you. Peace. I'm out of here. Go Gamecocks. Woo!